Well, good morning. It is the 3rd of January 2021, and welcome to another daily devotional. This morning, in my time with Jesus, I was in Job chapter 33. And in Job 33, Job's friend Elihu speaks to Job. And he isn't one of the counselors who doesn't know what he's talking about. This guy actually does know what he's talking about. And he says to Job, "For God does speak, now in one way, then another, though man does not perceive it. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls on men, while they slumber in their beds, then he opens the ears of men and terrifies them with warnings. They may turn man aside from his deed and conceal pride from a man. He keeps back his soul from the pit, his life from perishing by the sword." God is constantly speaking to us. The issue isn't that God isn't speaking, the issue is that we don't perceive what he's saying. I think maybe the fastest way that we can grow in our faith, the fastest way that we can uh, mature in our faith is learning to hear God for ourselves. And we hear him through his word, we hear him through preaching, we hear him through teaching, we hear him through the counsel of others. But the testimony of Scripture is that we also hear him through dreams and visions and prophetic encounters. And those things are happening all the time in Scripture. And what it tells us here is that God does speak. He speaks one way or two ways or another, but we don't perceive it. He speaks in a dream, in a vision of the night. And we see that in the Bible. We see that with Daniel and Joseph and Pharaoh and Nebuchadnezzar and Abraham and Abimelech and Jacob and Joseph, the earthly father of Jesus. I mean, we see that all the way throughout Scripture. But the issue is coming to an understanding of what God is saying. The Bible tells us it's the glory of God to conceal a matter. It's the glory of kings to search it out. And so God has been speaking to you for a long time, but you just probably haven't recognized that it is God. You thought it might be weird pizza. You thought it might be just one of those dreams. But maybe God was trying to say something to you, to speak words of love and words of life to you. And even if the dream was a scary dream, he does that to warn us. It tells us he terrifies them with warning. Why? So they may turn aside from a deed or conceal pride from a man or keep his soul from the pit or his life from perishing by the sword. It is wisdom to want to understand what God is saying. And so I want to encourage you today, spend a bit of time just seeking the Lord and ask God to speak to you. Ask him to speak to you through his word, ask him to speak to you in a dream, ask him to speak to you through friendly counsel. Make sure that you have ears to hear what the Spirit is saying. Have a great day.